Deuteronomy 24:9. Zachor et asher asa Adonai Elohecha leMiriam, baderech betzetchem miMitzrayim. So we've got here in verse 9 this beginning with an infinitive absolute. Would you look at that? So infinitive absolutes we very often see functioning to strengthen a main verb and give us that idea of indeed or surely in the English. Here, the infinitive absolute is standing alone. You can see the verbal root, I think, pretty clearly, Zayin, Kaf, Reish. And with this infinitive absolute standing alone, what we get is more of an imperative idea. Now, I'm going to direct you to Williams Hebrew Syntax, section 211 for this. And the reason I want to send you there is because in the third edition of Williams Hebrew Syntax, John Beckman has put in excellent footnotes that lead you to the other reference grammars where you can see this function of the infinitive absolute. So we get something here like remember as that imperative with that imperative force. Next, we get the direct object marker followed by a share. And this is one of those cases where a share is going to be nominalized, we might say, and it becomes something like that which. So it's not necessarily modifying anything in front of it as much as it's just saying, this is what you should remember. You should remember, direct object, that which the Lord your God as the subject did. Here we have the call, perfect third masculine singular of asa, pretty clear there. What the Lord did to Miriam. To Miriam. And then we get a little more specification of the situation here, bait preposition with the definite article here. We would say on the way, on the way. And then we get a temporal clause, and I about said infinitive construct because that's what it is. The verbal root is yatsa, and we have an infinitive construct with those one vav yod. You'll often drop that, add the tav, and then you get some sort of segelet pattern. Here, the aleph quiesces, and with the bait preposition, with the infinitive construct, and then with the pronominal suffix, we get something like at the time of the going out of you. And so what this essentially means is at the time you all went out. And so that's how we get to that temporal clause. I think I've explained that in a couple of videos before, but it can be a little complicated. At the end of the day, what we get is when you all went out from Egypt. And so remember what the Lord did to Miriam on the way when you all went out from Egypt.